Hey, and welcome to another installment of Catching Up. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
And we're back. You guys do anything fascinating this past week?
Well, I was on set for a video thing that was being shot for Google. No idea when it's going to be released or how. Like, I feel like it might just be little vignettes before like YouTube videos or something like that. But essentially, this past weekend, I believe, was the 25th anniversary of the signing or enacting, I guess, of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And Google sponsored these, I guess you would call them art installations. Basically, they're big stickers that have been put on the fronts of steps around, at significant staircases around D.C., such as like the Portrait Gallery, the Museum for American History, Gallaudet University, and a couple other locations. That basically just each staircase focuses on a different public figure from that movement, and it has like a quote and like a very artsy portrait of them on each step, and it was really cool. And I basically worked 24 hours straight, didn't sleep. And it was rough, but I got to drive a van for a production company, so yay!
Did you was all your work strictly behind camera, or did you like off camera? Did you do any on camera work as well?
No, it was strictly off camera. The first day, I was literally just driving a van to the different locations while we were filming the workers putting up the stickers. I don't know a better thing to call them, but stickers. Yeah, whatever. They're stickers. They're big stickers. But and then the second day, it was a Thursday, like the Thursday evening to Friday morning. Second day, I was actually like carrying stuff, while we were capturing people's reactions to it. Yeah, so I was like carrying stuff from the vans to the filming sites.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for that. And once I find out where they are, I'll probably be like, hey, guys, they're here.
Yeah, post it on the old social media. Any
Yeah.
of you guys do anything?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Josh?
I saw Trainwreck finally.
Yeah, I finally saw that too. What'd you think?
Pleasantly surprised.
Did you like the Cena Pina?
Yes.
Or the scene at Anus?
Yes, I love both.
Yeah.
That man does squats.
Yeah.
I think I went at length about that last episode. But
Yeah.
But you were spot on with your description of it.
Shazam.
Of those cheeks, yeah. So were you pleasantly surprised? Were you not expecting like good things going in, or?
Well, from all the trailers and footage I had seen before going into the film, I wasn't exactly sure if it was going to end with a picturesque sort of storybook ending, and I was going to try and ask last week, from Chris if it did, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it did end well, I guess. I figure the film could have gone two ways. One,
a literal train wreck.
well, yeah,
Rides Amtrak, and it doesesn't go well.
kind of like, she gets her shit together but doesn't continue dating the guy, or gets her shit together and does continue.
Okay, it could be like the 500 Days of Summer ending, where it's more of a coming-of-age story than a love story.
Yeah.
Could be like Empire or Return of the Jedi, a happy ending or a sad ending.
Yeah.
Or no ending at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
She finds out that her hand's been cut off and that her best friend's been frozen in carbonite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of ending.
Her nemesis is her parent.
Yeah.
So Colin Quinn's her nemesis.
I mean, to be fair,
That does fit well with the movie. Yeah.
Colin Quinn, I'm trying to remember what like young comedian Colin Quinn reminds me of, but I mean, it's cool to see him.
Colin Quinn.
Yeah. Well, I used to see him on Comedy Central. Him and Dave Attell, who, as you guys
who
noted,
also.
Yeah, he shows up in the film as well. It was cool
Yeah,
seeing those
I
Comedy Central
really
guys.
like Dave Attell's character in the film.
It was very reminiscent of what was his late Up All Night or
Insomniac.
Insomniac. Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like it seemed right.
all the scenes with
Natural
him.
progression.
Well, all the scenes with him,
National
he didn't
progression of the
steal
timeline.
it, but his humor in every scene he was in was spot on.
Yeah, it flourished.
Yeah.
And
Whereas John Cena did steal the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really,
And
really
LeBron
happy
James.
with his.
LeBron.
And as I said in my review on Facebook, there's all, because they just filed all those copyrights and stuff and trademarks to be extended into feature films. I'm totally, after watching Trainwreck, I'm down if he wants to do his own version of Space Jam.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm more for the fact that we don't need another Space Jam because
It's Space Jam.
It's Space Jam.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be LeBron James, fine.
What if they bring back Bill Murray?
I mean,
He's still around.
Yeah.
or Wayne Knight.
Yeah, he's still around too.
Yeah.
Give those guys something to do. Come on. Though Bill Murray, apparently the only way you can reach Bill Murray, he's got an 800 number.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't have an agent.
Yeah. So he has an 800 number that you have to call and leave like this old like 90s era, maybe 80s era like voicemail to, and he'll check it like periodically. But if the offer's already passed, then he's not going to like sweat it.
Yeah.
But that's how he
He
lost.
don't sweat you.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
He don't
he
sweat
does.
nobody. Yeah. The what was it? The he was originally their first Rob Zemeckis' first choice for Eddie Valiant and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and he didn't find out until well after, and then he was like pissed because he was like, I would.
You know, to be fair,
get a fucking agent.
Yeah. To be fair, Bob Hoskins was like perfect for that role.
Yeah, I would have had a hard time seeing Bill Murray try to fill that role.
Spielberg was originally, he's the executive producer on that film. It's an Amblin film.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted Harrison Ford, but Harrison Ford asked for too much money.
I also would have had a hard time seeing him in that role too.
I could have seen him as a curmudgeon-y.
Kind of like Blade Runner. But
Yeah.
But I feel like he would do better
Blade
now
Runner
in
with
in a
tunes.
role like that.
Yeah, but
You
like
know.
instead of looking for replicants, he's looking for tunes.
Yeah. Eating those noodles at the stand.
Yeah, same. It's same exact
He
fucking
say
movie.
you Blade Runner.
Yeah. They're putting like the tunes eyeballs of like cartoon characters on the dude's like shoulder and stuff.
Oh god, yeah.
So random.
Where James almost yells at him at the ending.
Yeah. Remember we saw him. Did we mention that we saw him as a
the
presenter at the Eisner
yeah.
Awards?
Yeah. But the
Good stuff.
Almost.
another choice, and you'll be interested about this, was Chevy Chase.
Oh really?
Yeah, but he turned it down because he didn't like the idea of
That's like
rabbits.
Mixing cartoons. And,
Well, Jessica, like Roger Rabbit, being married to like a humanoid cartoon.
Wait. So hang on. What year did that movie come out?
86, 88? Yeah, that.
So I guess he was still in the era where he could afford to turn on roles.
Yeah.
Because like they were like,
Yeah, now
if you would have asked him, if you would have asked him in the '90s,
I mean,
he would
that's
have
why
been
he's
like,
in the new
he'd be like,
Vacation.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. But
Yeah.
I will see that film.
Although it's weird you're mentioning all these characters because while I was at Comic-Con, I know
Ran
he
into Chevy
decided.
Chase?
No, I finally
Oh,
decided to
man.
watch Cool World.
Oh,
Yeah.
that movie's so good.
An underrated
it's,
film.
It's like the R-rated version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yes,
With
and
Brad Pitt, right?
Yeah,
Brad Pitt?
and seeing-
young Brad Pitt.
yeah, but
Just after Thelma Louise, but before Interview with the Vampire, Brad Pitt.
and I was about to say seeing
best
someone
Pitt.
like
Wait, is
of
he
Brad
in-
Pitt's character and
the
caliber before he was Brad Pitt. I could have seen, I guess, any number of A-list stars in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Let's
but-
name every A-lister we could think of and see if they would have worked in
Who Framed Roger
Nicolas
Rabbit.
Cage.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Do we really want to
Nicolas
call
Cage?
him an A-lister?
88 Nicolas Cage. Absolutely. That's
Nick
around
Cage
like
is always an
that's around
A-lister.
Vampire. That's
I
like
think he's more of an
Vampire's Kiss era Nicolas
A-plus
Cage.
lister. Let's be honest
Yeah.
here.
That's
Is
like
there something above A+?
Yeah, Nicolas
he's,
Cage.
he's like APA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
that weighted
That's
0.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Mel Gibson.
who screen or auditioned for the role to voice Roger Rabbit?
Who?
Paul Rubens.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, he was in preliminary.
As mentioned in the Back to the Future 2 commentary, the guy that did do the voice for Roger Rabbit plays the old man in 2015 looking for money to save the clock tower,
Yep.
and also the mechanic in 1955 fixing up the car. Both the same character, just old, 60 years apart.
Yeah.
The reason you might be wondering, listeners, why we're doing this, I'm just talking about Who Framed Roger Rabbit at length. One,
It's a great movie.
it's a great movie. Two, it's my first, not just the first movie I saw in theaters, but it's my first memory. My first memory is July of 1988, watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit in theaters as, barely just a month shy of turning 2 years old. That's where I come online. That's my first memory is watching this.
That's when Skynet became self-aware.
Yeah, and it was just downhill from there. But that's the first thing I remember, like as a human, as opposed to, I guess,
As I go.
is that fetus? Is that fucking rabbit running around on fire in that kitchen? That's the praise at it.
Wait, the running around on the kitchen, I think that was the short that was in front of Neverending Story. Part 2.
No, but he like
Does he run around the kitchen? Or you mean running around Eddie Valiant's kitchen?
No. The first
Cartoon kitchen.
The movie. Yeah,
is that how the movie opens?
Yeah, because you
It's
think
been
it's
so
just
long
like
since
you
I've-
think it's just a fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
And then they're like, for some reason they like cut. Like maybe he fucks up or the baby fucks
Right.
up.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Because he instead of like birds, it's stars or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do stars. I could do stars.
Yeah. So that you might see a commentary for Who Framed Roger Rabbit in the very near future.
Fun fact: have any of you guys read the noir novel that Who Framed Roger Rabbit is based on?
Who censored Roger Rabbit?
Yes.
No, but I know of it.
I have it on my Kindle. I got about halfway through it. It's very, very different. Roger Rabbit dies.
Oh shit!
That's the case. Trying to solve who killed Roger Rabbit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Huh.
Bit of a departure.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have made for a really great film too.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
then there's this weird thing, like Roger Rabbit's dead, but because he's a cartoon, he can make a a copy of himself that can live for like 3 days or something like that. Because cartoons do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, it's a cartoon; they can do whatever they
It's
want.
fucking fiction.
So Eddie Valiant is running around with this like facsimile of Roger.
Like a Roger ghost.
Yeah, essentially.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
For years they've talked about doing a sequel to Roger Rabbit, but I think the big hurdle is just getting everyone to agree to license those characters together again.
Yeah, because that was every cartoon character that I like at that point. Every cartoon character that I knew was in that movie.
Yeah, the only ones that they had scripted roles for them, but they couldn't get the license in time. They also wanted Popeye the Sailor, Little Lulu, Casper the Friendly Ghost, and the Fleischer Superman.
Oh shit!
I'm surprised that they didn't have like the Hanna-Barbera tunes in there too, like
That's
the
a good point.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Well, it's takes place in the 40s. Scooby-Doo
That's
doesn't
true.
show up
Yeah,
in the late 60s.
okay.
Yeah, I can imagine though that happened
Or
around
Shark-
a time
what was that?
Jabberjaw.
Yeah, Jabberjaw.
when
Respect.
licensing issues weren't as bad as like say they are today.
Yeah.
Or
Well, yeah.
Basically, you have to agree to sign over your firstborn just to get a foot in the door to have those contracts.
You'll notice in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, whenever Bugs Bunny is on screen, Mickey Mouse is on screen. And whenever Daffy Duck's on screen, Donald Duck's on screen.
Yeah.
Because Disney and Warner Brothers were like, well, it was a Warner Brothers movie, so they didn't give a fuck. But like Disney was like, Mickey Mouse needs equal screen time as Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
And so to make sure that happened, they'd be on screen at the same time. And their stipulation for the piano scene is that Daffy or Donald Duck had to be as equally a good a pianist as Daffy Duck. Like that's just like the
I
weirdest
mean,
thing.
they both play piano with their tails at one point.
Yeah.
And considering now that the power behind both studios and I guess the money that
Ooh, and
Disney
the
is
sequel could
raking
have
in.
Marvel characters in it.
Yeah, what if there was the original sequel is going to be a prequel where you see them as, I shit you not, it was called the Toon Platoon, Roger Rabbit the Toon Platoon, and you would see Roger Rabbit and the Toons in like World War II fighting
Jesus.
Nazis.
Nice.
So
Indiana Jones style.
basically.
Well, yeah, I guess now though the fact that Disney's got Marvel and Warner Brothers is going for dark and gritty with
They
anything
could have like
DC
Ultimate
related.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know how well those studios would actually work well.
Well, I'm trying
Now.
yeah, I would love to see like a Roger Rabbit film that took place in the 60s so we could see all the Hanna-Barbera, because I
Yeah.
love the Hanna-Barbera
Mm-hmm.
lineup.
Yeah.
I love the Herculoids.
But-
Nobody gives a fuck about the Herculoids but me.
I don't give a fuck about
I-
the
But
Yeah.
doing that now though, and with the animation style we had then, how bad do you think the fan uproar would be, considering how the studios would probably handle the animation for today?
You mean like how they're rebooting the Powerpuff Girls and no one likes the new animation style?
I have
or-
I
still
have
better
heard
than
about
the anniversary
reboot,
special.
but
Or the fact that they
I
didn't get
haven't
any
heard
of the they didn't even try to get any of the original voice actors.
well,
they
that's
got
just
the
wrong.
supporting characters, so you'll get
Oh,
old
really?
Professor
Oh.
Utonium and the old narrator, but you won't get like Tara Strong, E.G. Daly, or Elizabeth Cavadini.
Yeah.
But considering now the entire film
or
would
like
be,
Teen Titans Go,
Yeah,
you
where
know,
they did get the original voice actors but not the animators.
yeah.
the entire style now would be more like, I guess, cartoony than like say traditional cartoony.
Well,
would look.
I mean,
I feel like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you're looking at the purest version of those characters. Oh, they also had written a role for Tom and Jerry, but they couldn't get that license for whatever reason.
Tom and Jerry were too busy.
Yeah, yeah. But
Fighting each other.
yeah.
I just feel like, though, if they tried to do it today, unless they really put forth the effort to make it look like how it did then, mind you, clean up where they could, no one would be happy about it.
You mean just like any fans are never happy with a sequel, regardless of how much effort was put into it?
Yeah.
I guess
It wouldn't fit
Fans
the
suck.
image they have in their mind, so they totally wouldn't be accepting of it.
Actually, I guess it's a Disney film, Roger Rabbit, which
Is it?
means that Warner Brothers, it's Touchstone, which was one of their subsidiaries, which means that Warner Brothers must have been like, Daffy Duck has to be equally as good a fucking... Because remember they have the Roger Rabbit land in Disney, in the Magic Kingdom? They
I
have
don't know. I
Toontown.
feel
Yeah,
like
they
back
do,
then
yeah.
Warner Brothers wouldn't have been as ironclad as say they might be today.
Today, no, because they can't play. That's why there'll probably never be another DC Marvel crossover.
Yeah, like
in
if
the
they
near
did it
future.
today, they'd be like, okay, all of our characters have to be darker, grittier, and angrier. 'Cause
I don't-
that's
well,
what we're
it's
all aiming
almost
for.
like that's what sells.
Yeah.
At least in their universe.
Well, I mean, that's why Batman's like maybe the best. I mean, how many Batman books are there?
Oh my
like
god.
out now? Lots.
Yeah,
is
well-
the answer.
Yeah, like art.
Not
the rack,
enough.
Thanks, Frank Miller.
the rack at the shop is like we do like the alphabet will have like the families, like X-Men families, the Bat families, stuff like that, and like the Bat family is like almost its own entire section because of all the Bat related stories they have going on. So
Gotta love the bat.
Yeah, you know what license that did? Dynamite Entertainment just got the license to James Bond
yeah,
comics. The first one's going to be written by Warren Ellis. Comes out in November. Be looking forward to that. But the latest trailer for Spectre just dropped. What do you guys think of it?
I love seeing the white tux jacket again. That was awesome.
Just to see like Roger Moore style,
Roger Moore style.
or Goldfinger style.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think I always jumped to Goldfinger, but yeah, I mean,
Roger Moore.
Roger Moore.
Who
But
wore
like,
it best?
yeah. People magazine, People magazine devoted issue to James Bond. They just have no idea what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
they're like, oh, he's British.
Yeah, he's British and a spy. He
Look.
likes drinking.
James Bond, he's just like us.
Yeah, yeah. He's combing his hair.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hairpiece.
Yeah.
He's combing his hair.
He's killing a man with a
Yeah.
harpoon,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like us.
Yeah, he's killing me with a spear gun.
Wait, that's not your guys' typical Saturday
Yeah.
nights.
Damn.
No, I usually save the spearing for Fred.
But anyway,
Peen.
I'm always excited to.
Well, I remember like we finally get to see Christoph Waltz's face,
Oh,
and he
God.
looks just like Christoph
fucking
Waltz.
glorious.
Yeah.
Although,
Who
did you
would've
notice?
thought?
Did you notice in the trailer? I don't know why I was so like I was like, did you notice? Did you notice?
Pause this podcast.
In the
and
trailer,
watch the
he's
Spectre.
wearing the Blofeld getup.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
or kind of a modernized version.
Well, I
of
mean,
it.
like-
But
I
with
I
the raised
imagine
collar.
There's a moment where
Blofeld
he's like,
would
it's
wear the
it's
Blofeld
it's
getup.
not the moment,
I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, I mean, they haven't said he's Blofeld yet.
You're Blofeld.
You're
But they're
Blofeld.
yeah,
practically
it might be Blotista.
Yeah, they could throw us a curveball and it's Dave Bautista
Yeah.
as Blofeld the entire time.
Yeah.
He's just
Oh.
sitting there petting a giant cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a white tiger.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit, at that point, they might as well call him the Mandarin. If they're going to pull that.
Pin drops.
Anyway,
He's got 10
if
keys.
what I was saying is, if they have, if it is the case, whatever, and we would all think it is Blofeld, but like, it was cool to see like the
It's
little.
actually just the Nazi that he played from
Little,
Inglourious Bastard.
Hans Lander.
yeah, he got some plastic surgery on his
He
forehead.
goes, "Oh, hello, James. That's a bingo."
Yeah. But I mean, it's
Is he the best part of the Green Hornet?
no Kato.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Kato was pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
J-Cho. Good call. Yeah.
Although the
Uh,
Kato vision was stupid.
Yeah.
At least
Black Beauty was cool.
at
Black
least
Beauty was
Christoph Waltz's character committed to the double-barreled gun more than Sam Jackson committed to the "I have 8 of everything" in the Spirit.
The 2 4-barreled guns.
and only used it once.
Yeah, just like as almost like a punctuation to his
James
name.
Franco's funny in the Green Hornet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is.
because he's
For all
almost
of 2 minutes.
he's almost on the receiving end of the double barrel pistol.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why where Christoph Waltz explains it. He's like, "Look, it has 2 barrels. Do you know how hard it was for me to make this?
James, I'm so
Happy.
to see you.
We almost met each other so many times.
The Brittle Brothers.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It looks like it's very much in the vein of Skyfall,
It's-
which
yeah,
makes
it seems
sense
like
because
it's
it's
like-
the same writer and director.
Yeah, I can tell when my dad's excited for a trailer because like he'll look at me and he usually just goes the same. Oh, wait for it to come on a DVD. And he looked at me and he goes, when does this come out? That's his subtle way of letting me
gonna
know he's
find it.
excited. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna find the Showtime and I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna take you to it. I'm gonna get you popcorn.
That'd be nice. That'd be a nice day.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Now the other Espionage trailer that came out was we finally got the Comic-Con footage trailer of The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Which was long as hell.
Yeah, longer than the standard 2.5
Yeah,
long.
not painfully long though.
No.
I mean,
Excitedly long.
go figure. It seems like a trailer to entertain a whole bunch of, foaming at the mouth nerds for at least 5 minutes.
Josh throwing some shade.
Weren't
there.
you one of the?
man.
Weren't
Weren't you one of
Yes,
them?
I was one
You're
of those foaming at the
projecting
mouth
like a-
nerds.
Takes one to know one,
Yeah.
Josh.
We
I mean-
smell our own.
It's the kind of
Josh
length.
is the kind of guy that would beg for sex.
Maybe.
I should know. We smell our own.
Yeah, it's-
that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the
Mall rats,
reference. Yeah.
But no, it's the kind of length of a trailer I look forward to.
And
On a
it's-
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks so cool. It's cool to see the Army Hammer back in the business.
Yeah.
And of course, just going to forward this out there, and I'm sure like the internet's already done it, but Henry Cavill as Sterling Archer, which he basically kind of is, it looks like. Just like the smooth, suave guy. That's,
My boner is ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As is the rest of my body. But the...
My boner.
This is a good for... this. I think this is a year for good espionage. We had Kingsman Secret Service in February. We've got The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Next month. This Friday, we've got Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Spectre.
Commentary is available now for all the other Mission Impossible movies. And then, we've got Spectre in November. It's going to be fucking awesome. I think they're all going to be, just entertaining flicks. So, should be good. You guys have anything to comment on the Man from U.N.C.L.E. trailer?
I really like. I mean, I know it's set in the was it 60s. I really like how they did a really good job of making it look 60s. It's Guy Ritchie, right? I feel like he does that well. Like I off the top of my head, I can't remember any other 60s period pieces he's done, but I feel like his style really lends itself to the 60s.
That kind of pop sensibility.
Yeah. And the
Whoa.
colors. Oh, the colors were pretty.
Yeah. Oh, the colors.
The colors, Duke. The colors.
Which do you think
Colorblind
would
kid.
look better for that time period? Days of Future Past, I think was...
70s.
70s. Yeah.
Oh, was it then First Class?
Class,
Okay, yeah, First Class or Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
Also, hopefully, Man from U.N.C.L.E. doesn't have a stupid "let's name ourselves"
Sequence.
scene.
Yeah.
And you're Magneto.
And he
Yeah,
just
I
goes
don't-
with it.
I can't see that happening.
No, yeah. Well,
Well,
that
I mean,
was
Jennifer Lawrence isn't in it, so it'll
Yeah.
probably be
No one's
good.
named Magneto, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in Man
that
from
you
U.N.C.L.E.
know of.
Well, what's his Henry Cavill is named what? Napoleon Solo.
Mm-hmm.
That was the character from the TV show. So,
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd
although
hope that would be how he got his name.
they
Yeah.
seem to be given the code name for what they're doing, though.
I forget what the actual acronym is from the show. I don't know if it's the same as the one that they state in the trailer. I don't see why they would change it.
Yeah.
But Shield,
Shield did
Shield
change
changed
it.
it.
Yeah.
Wait, what was...
Not what it is in the MCU.
I mean, the MCU.
What was in the comics?
Not what I'd have to look at it.
Yeah,
But it's
the comics did adapt though. Like now in the comics, it's the same.
they're like, oh, it was on this. They erase.
You know what? People care about movies more than they care about comic books.
Yeah, it's of course it was always the strategic Homeland
Homeland.
Intervention Enforcement Logistics Division. It was like strategic hazard.
All
something.
just things thrown in because they're like, hey, we like the word shield. We like the word Spectre. Let's think of a really shitty acronym for what Spectre could stand for.
Although it's nice to see it
Specialized.
finally showing up in this new Bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's because
Iteration.
the rights had been held by a rival producer by the name of Kevin McClory for decades.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Roger Moore never went against Spectre. That's why Timothy Dalton. Well, he was only there for two movies, but never went
But
against. Spectre.
in neither movie.
Yeah, neither movie. There's no Spectre.
But they didn't make...
and why it was Quantum, right? Or was it Sol?
Yeah. It was,
Yes.
Yeah.
Quantum. Yeah, it was
in
Quantum
Quantum
and
of
Quantum of
Solace.
Solace.
Yeah, because they didn't regain the rights until like 2008, 2009 after McClory died, and then they bought it in like a fire sale. So that's why,
Well,
and that's
it's
why
nice
they were
to see
able.
it finally show up.
Yeah. Yeah. Here,
Yeah, it's a nice treat for Bond fans to see it again.
it is. And
Well-
they even have like the little octopus symbol.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, if you're rebooting the character, eventually at some point, you got to find some way, if you get the rights back, to include that
Yeah, I was about to say if
organization.
they don't have the rights back.
Well, I remember during Quantum of Solace.
No, you have to do it, Sam. Even if you don't have
Rights
the
be
rights.
damned.
like around
It's Spectre, spelled the American way.
when we would watch like Quantum of Solace and stuff. We'd all kind of look at each other and be like, "That's got to be Spectre." They just can't.
Yeah,
call
that's
it
what
Spectre.
I kept thinking.
I
too.
wonder if they're going to be like, "Oh, you went up against Solace. That was us." Or Quantum or fuck.
Yeah, it was like a splinter. I mean, they have Mr. White in the trailer.
Yeah.
From Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, they're probably going to be like, Quantum was just a front for us.
Yeah, or just a arm of the octopus.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember in From
I
Russia
have
with Love?
8 of everything.
So does that mean there's 7 more he's got to face before he gets the Spectre in this
Yeah, it's
film?
like a boss battle.
Yeah, it's like the Elite Four at the end of Pokemon.
Oh,
You have to
God.
fight all 4 of them and then Gary. That's how it goes.
How did Gary get to the...
Fuck
Too many
Gary.
questions. Too many questions. But the
Okay, Bruce Wayne from Batman Forever.
yeah,
There's just too many questions, Edgar.
yeah. The remember in From Russia with Love game for the Xbox where they
No.
couldn't use they couldn't use
I
use
do.
Spectre, and so you fight an organization called Octopus, and at
Yeah.
the end of the movie you fight Red Grant in a motorized octopus, and it's okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It was an okay game. It was a pretty.
It was cool that you got to walk around like
I mean, it was
MI6.
no GoldenEye.
No, I mean
Or Nightfire.
Agent Under Fire.
No,
Or no,
not-
Nightfire.
Nightfire.
Or
Yeah,
Perfect Dark.
Perfect
Ooh.
Dark. Everyone's like,
or Everything or Nothing.
GoldenEye is the best N64 shooter. Dude, Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark, man.
Yeah, it
Perfect Dark was the GoldenEye engine, but then just
built
better.
on. Yeah,
Yeah.
they refined it.
advanced, not like
And some aspects.
not bastardized.
Yeah, we're not saying Perfect Dark 0,
Oh, God, no.
but
No.
Perfect Dark,
Was perfect.
I'd say so. I still play that game semi-regularly, 15 years after its initial release. It's a phenomenal shooter. It helps that it got an enhanced remake on the Xbox Live Arcade.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. But
Thank you, backwards compatibility on the Xbox One.
oh yeah, is that one of the ones that they made like instantly available?
Yes.
Sweet.
Oh well, I just got my little sister's 360. Maybe I should.
It's like $15.
Never mind.
No, it's...
I'm
She
really
had Blood
cheap when
Dragon
it comes to
instead.
video games.
Fair enough.
Well,
Maybe it'll
fine.
be on sale one of these. I don't know if they
Get
lowered
the
the
rare
price.
replay. 30 games for $30, and Perfect Dark is one of them.
Oh, okay. That sounds a lot more feasible.
Yeah.
You were like very pleased.
Yeah, that sounds like
Oh,
a deal.
30 games, 29 that I won't play.
What are the other ones?
Well-
Like Viva Pinata.
Perfect Dark Zero is also one of them.
Yeah, so that's that one. That one's out.
I think Viva Pinata is in there.
So that one's out, and the sequel.
Is it the Impossible game?
I mean, you got rare games from like the 80s in there
So
as well.
Jetpack.
Yes, Jetpack is one of them.
I love-
E.T. for the Atari?
Oh,
Not the worst
wasn't-
game on the 2600?
yeah,
But that was Atari, not Rare, that made that.
yeah, it was.
So, yeah,
But
no
it's a joke,
ET.
So,
Yeah,
Sorry.
so it's okay.
it's all right. I'll let it slide. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
But the
It was a fun reference for my nerd cred.
who was I talking to at San Diego about the in depth about the Atari for no fucking reason? Probably just some random person that
Probably like some comic creator.
yeah, or no, they like it was probably somebody that
Hey,
was like
Jeff Johns, what do
Yeah.
you think about
Yeah.
the Atari 2600?
it was probably somebody that was like, "Hey, I'd like to buy Volume 2 of Sex Criminals." Like, what do you think of the Atari
Yeah.
5200?
Well, Sam, like I said, he would just turn randomly, and he would be like, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head now a question. Like, you legitimately did this a couple times, where you would turn. Shit, I'm trying to remember a good example now.
Home Alone.
Oh yeah, you would turn. You were like in the middle of like the hoopla of everything. You were like, is Home Alone 1 or Home Alone 2 better? And I remember I was like, neither. Fuck them. And then like, yeah, you'd be like, is Kiss's Dynasty the worst of the Makeup Era Kiss album? You know, it wasn't one of the questions.
Which clearly isn't.
I mean, it's up there. It is one of their worst. But
Or best.
no,
It's got one of my favorite Kiss songs.
it's got 3 good Kiss songs on it, and that's about it. But
Not as good as Destroyer, right, guys?
yes, that's as good as fucking Destroyer.
Paul Stanley's rolling in his grave,
Yeah.
and he isn't even dead
No.
yet.
He's preemptively rolling in
Yeah.
his grave.
The
The coffin that he sleeps in.
What do
every
they
night.
say about the disco era stuff in their autobiographies? Are they like, yeah, or
Is it like
I-
1945 through 19? Or shit! Oh god, that was gonna be so funny.
Yeah, well, we-
a reference to World War II in like how Germany just like kind of like sweeps
leaves
it
it all
under the
out?
rug.
Yeah.
38 to 45. God damn it!
I mean, Paul is really proud of "I Was Made for Loving You" because it's a good pop fun song he wrote.
Yeah.
Sam's favorite
Um,
ish.
It's like a top 5.
It's good.
song.
I mean, it's one of those songs where like, super fandoms are insane because like when that song came out, everyone's like, it's Kisco, fuck Kisco, Kisco sucks balls, and then like those same dudes I saw at the Kiss concert when I was there, like covered in Kiss army since 1975. I bleed for Kiss. And you could tell like they were one of those guys back in the day that were like fucking Kisco, and then they start playing it, and they're like and they're like freaking out because they love it.
Like I remember watching one of the live videos or live concerts that they had that they would play on like VH1 like 7, so VH1 17
VH8
or something, and like your stereotypical like Kiss fan, like the dude with like the denim jacket and like the long hair and the beard. When they play, when they were playing "I Was Made for Loving You," he's just going like ape shit in the mosh pit. Yeah.
I was made for loving you, baby.
Yeah,
We just got sued by Gene Simmons.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the first.
No,
time.
I think we'd have to be somewhat on. If we're somewhat on pitch, then he'll sue us.
Then I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're good, Chris. We're good.
I'll get sued for Shock Me.
Yeah. You can't not be on pitch on that one.
Shock Me.
No, seriously, stop. They're going to sue us. But and I think Gene is like, good song, blah blah blah. But that was the beginning of the end for Ace because he was like, I didn't sign up to play.
And it was the end of the end of Peter.
Well, Peter was done during Love. I mean, he was still around, but anything after Love Gun that had Peter Chris's name on it was
even this Peter Chris solo.
Well, I mean that's not even an album, but like take it with a grain of salt. Like after, you know what I mean. I do feel bad because I feel like Peter Criss wasn't like writing songs really with Kiss. Like he wasn't like he could go.
Beth.
He could again. I don't think he wrote any of that song. That's just that came from a previous band. And it was usually called Beck, and I think maybe he changed it to Beth, and he sang it.
It was
but
about the singer Beck.
It was
Decades before Odelay.
I don't. I'm not convinced that he wrote much of that
You're
song.
not convinced?
It's
fucking terrible.
And
It was.
please sue us, Gene.
Hey,
Suck
Vinny
all the
Vince,
money
come
dry
out.
from our veins.
Vinny Vince, come out of seclusion and sue me for that one.
Yeah, and I'm not worried about that one. And
and then don't get anywhere near Josh's dogs.
yeah,
The sad stare that Josh just gave me for that.
but I don't remember what I was saying. That's not important. But I don't know. Kiss. Nowadays, it's a very welcomed era of Kiss, the Kisco stuff. Oh yeah, I was gonna say Peter Criss. I kind of felt bad because like they're like, hey, we're all gonna write solo albums, and Peter Criss is probably like, like it's like everyone's like in a group, and they're like, hey, we're gonna go out and write our own essays. We'll come back later, and Peter and that one kid doesn't know how to write. He's like, and he comes back and his name's like spelled backwards, and like there's like crayon scribbling on it, and the guy's like, oh fuck.
I don't know how you managed to do this, but the T in Peter is backwards.
It's upside down.
And it's an uppercase. Yeah. It's not even lowercase where it might have that little like hook.
And I feel like every time we mention Kiss in here, like I'm super like rough on Peter Criss, and
I mean nobody wants to be Peter Criss,
but like not even Peter Criss.
Yeah,
but he's got his
one
place.
Of the few Family Guy jokes I'll make.
He's got his place in it, and he's got some good moments. Like I do love his like my favorite thing he's ever was like associated with, like in terms of vocals or anything, was Hard Luck Woman off of Rock and Roll Over. But I don't know. Dynasty is not a shit album. Well, no. It's
well,
like I said, there's a song called X-Ray Eyes. Like everyone knows, I Was Made for Loving You, and what the fuck is the other one? I like this Kisco song better than I Was Made for Loving You. Sure Knows Something. I like that song a lot more. Not a lot more, but I like it more than I Was Made for Loving You. And I like I Was Made for Loving You. I think it's a great song. There's a great lick in there that I don't think it's Ace Frehley playing. I'm pretty sure it's Vinnie Vincent. But there's a song called X-Ray Eyes on there. That's a Gene song that is so fucking cool. It's like the Beatles background vocals, like which is it's one of my favorite, like seriously one of my favorite Kiss songs. But the rest of the album is just kind of weird. Like, and you can tell like it's paint by numbers Kiss by then. They're just kind of like. The famous four-headed picture of them, that picture wasn't taken at the same time. They took different shots from different photos, and they put that together. They couldn't even sit together to form that picture.
If I remember correctly, the Japanese cover's a lot cooler.
Usually the Japanese covers are.
It's true with
laser
discs.
Cool. But Yeah,
That's how you get the dread with the the helmet dread is the Japanese.
Well,
import.
it was also the Japanese Ninja Turtles you had your eye on.
Oh
if
my
I remember
god!
correctly.
I so wanted that one because it was the manhole cover one.
Yeah,
the
like
City Street.
the poster.
Yeah,
But now we have time to talk about something else
Yeah, we
because
do.
We have plenty of
we
time.
have plenty of time. I haven't like. Here's my thing because
We
we were
have a
talking about
time
Empire.
machine. We
Because
can
we were
have all the
talking
time in the
about
world.
Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah.
and for me, like, and I understand what you're talking about when you're saying there's no ending, but for me, because I know exactly what you're talking about, but for me the ending was just that they lost.
So it ends after the Battle of Hoth.
No, like no, like they're defeated, like they've lost
They're
everything.
scattered.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
the end. Like they're
Han Solo
fucked.
or Lando Calrissian for some reason wearing the exact same outfit as Han Solo.
because he was in the Millennium Falcon. Han Solo has his change of clothes. They were escaping the Cloud City,
Or what if Han Solo stole his outfit because it was his ship first?
right? Maybe that's
That could be.
I haven't seen that shit in the Lando Calrissian comic available
Maybe
now.
yeah, please, someone buy it.
Yeah. Has it been one of the weaker of the Star Wars books?
Yeah, and it's a bummer because I like Charles Soule a lot.
Oh, I love his
Speaking of
Swamp
which, Lando Calrissian's going to be at Richmond.
Thing. Was World
Comic-Con.
Richmond.
Yeah, we should totally go
This weekend.
And you should. Oh, is it this weekend?
This
Then
coming
never
week-
mind. Can't go.
Sorry, Billy D.
Sorry, no Colt 45 picture for Sam.
Billy Piper's going to be there.
I'm good.
The thing,
All right.
the thing I think that blew my mind as a kid about Empire Strikes Back was, we were all young when we saw that movie. Was seeing that was one of the first times
Actually,
I
I
could.
just saw it for the first time last week. So.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Sorry, I forgot about that. But
He's got all three on Laserdisc. too.
was
Had him for years.
was that
Always confused when I got to Return of the Jedi. It's like, why does Luke only have one hand?
was that we got to see the good guys lose so horribly? You
I
know
think-
what I
Like
mean?
Well,
Bad News Bears.
I think there's something that we kind of take for granted too. There's never been a point of our lives where Return of the Jedi hasn't been readily available.
True that.
Imagine
Oh,
having
yeah.
to
It
wait
was
like
T-minus
3
2
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, and it's there's just I enjoy. Okay, first off, I love Empire Strikes Back. I like it better than Star Wars, but of course, in the lightsaber fight on Bespin
Yeah.
is the best lightsaber fight in the original trilogy.
Oh yeah.
Even with the emotional content of the final confrontation on the second Death Star at the end of Jedi.
I do, but for me, the real heavy, and it's obvious. Everyone's gonna be like, "Fucking duh," but like the real heavy-handed emotional stuff, it doesn't happen when the lightsaber battle's going on. It's all post when he's getting electrocuted. He's like, "Father, please." And like Vader's like thinking about it, like
He looks at him. He
yeah,
looks
like
at Palpatine.
he takes
He
his
looks back.
fucking time, dude.
Yeah.
And he does the back up.
Yeah.
And there's that awesome
in the
moment.
Blu-ray version, it has the no.
Yeah, that's the only time I'm not cool with that moment happening. But like when he lifts him up and he throws him, he's like, "Rah!" And then the Emperor's like, "Fuck!" And then you see like the shot of his skull in the
through
thing.
the
It's so
electrified
fucking awesome.
through. Yeah.
But
Which is why Return of the Jedi is the best.
Yeah. Well, it's also
for that
the-
single shot,
I mean,
One perfect shot, man.
yeah, one.
yeah, that
perfect
is one perfect shot.
For me,
And also the Ewoks.
the thing about Jedi is you've got the three. Yeah, I've always been fine with the Ewoks. By the way, the
Probably the one Ewok.
Fuck those
Not a-
goddamn
not a-
teddy bears.
Not an army of Ewoks.
the final battle where it's like 3 different levels of intensity and scale. There's
That's true. The
Yeah.
problem is for me, all I wanted was the Empire. Like all I wanted was the father-son Vader thing. And so for me as a kid, when I was watching it, every time they cut away, I was like, "Fuck you! Stop cutting away!" And then it would cut away to a different level, and I was like, "No! Stop cutting away to another thing."
Fuck
Just all I
parallel
want,
action.
Yeah.
all I want, because like for the longest time, like Vader.
but that space battle's so fucking cool.
It is. But again, I hate that it cuts from the Vader, the father-son thing.
distracts away from.
Yeah. And all I wanted, and then
you want this?
yeah, and then when this is making me so mad right now. And then when it fucking happens, then when he Luke's like at the window like, "My friends," and then he goes and he grabs his sword, the lightsaber, and he goes, "God!" He's about to kill the Emperor, and then Vader's like this
him.
and stops
And
him. Then it cuts again.
Yeah,
so
it
then
cuts
the
back to
Vader's
Endor.
Yeah, then the Vader's, and then you're like, "Oh shit, it's about to
The Force Moon
yeah,
of Endor.
yeah,
to be
exactly.
more specific.
Yeah. And then you're like, okay, now we're on. Now we're on. The fucking the light boners are going. Like they're there.
Yeah.
And then it cuts, like you're saying, to the other thing. I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
you.
Fuck
you.
By the way, just to jump in real quick, how you corrected yourself to the Forest Moon of Endor. You know what annoys me more? Like Not like fanboy, like, well, it's not Endor, it's the Force Moon, but like just the
Actually,
fact.
yeah,
No, that-
before.
But
That pisses me the fuck off.
I mean,
People call it Endor.
I do like kind of nerd out like that, like, it's actually the Force, but like, the fact that like it's not named, like it's just it's a Force Moon, like that's lazy. But like, what's even worse is Hoth in Empire is the planet.
That the robots aren't saying Dagobah system, but it sounds like they're saying Dagobah system.
Yeah, right. It does totally.
Dagobah system.
Totally does sound
I'm like, how do they
Dagobah.
fucking know? And why are they just saying it and not
And
doing
why
anything
aren't
about
they
it?
saying, "Hey, it's on Hoth"?
Yeah.
Why are they talking about the Dagobah system? But no, Hoth is the planet, but it's also the star that the planet is rotating around, and the name of the galaxy
Or
that-
system.
Yeah,
Same thing with Yavin.
yeah, yeah,
Because it's the 4th planet in the Yavin system. They're just Yavin 4.
yeah.
Do they not name planets? And when they do,
Tatooine.
Well, I mean-
yeah, I guess.
I mean, well, so
That's the one planet in fucking
Yavin
Star
4,
Wars.
Yavin 4, like yeah,
Dantooine.
At least it's not like Yavin, the fourth, the fourth planet in the Yavin system, which is Hoth is like I think it's the 3rd planet in the Hoth system. It's like, come on, guys, you couldn't call it like Boopsie Doodle, the 3rd
Boopsie
planet
Doodle.
in Hoth.
So basically, what you're saying is Lucas comes up with names of planets when it's convenient for him.
Lucas will come up with names for every single minor character in the shot. But
can sell an action
fuck
figure for
all,
that.
yeah, right. But yeah, I guess you can't sell the Hoth action figure. I would buy it.
Just a fucking ball.
It's a white ball.
And it would be a
it's
collector's
snowball.
item.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
and it melts. It melts. Yeah, so you're like, Mom, my Hoth melted. Well, you should have
mean-
kept it in the freezer,
I mean, look
son.
at-
Ha ha.
The table we're using right now has the Death Star ice cube mold
Ooh.
or ice sphere. Sorry,
Yeah.
if you
But
wanna-
you know that shit would, even if they did something as
80% that lets you know it's not fully fucking.
yeah,
well,
on the side.
because water will expand.
expand when
Yeah,
frozen.
I know, but it's just like get it to 80%.
Yeah, right.
the
Because
Death
I know
Star-
exactly how much 80% of
But
that
no,
volume is.
remind me again though. They did name the planet of Leia's that they did.
Alderaan.
Yeah, they evaporate or destroyed Alderaan. They
Evaporate.
bothered-
It disintegrates in heat.
They bothered to name a planet. They're just gonna blow to shit.
Yeah, because she's from the planet Alderaan. It's just like
She's
Tatooine.
British in that one.
Alderaan is a peaceful planet.
Yeah.
But every
I mean,
other
Tatooine, they're only on that for an act.
right, but every other
Dantooine,
planet
we
where
don't
there's
even
like
fucking
major
see.
battles
Yeah,
and
right.
things on that.
Yeah.
They don't bother to
The
name.
rebel base is on Dantooine. It was abandoned.
What about Bespin's also a system?
Yeah.
Lando system. Lando's not a system. It's a man.
Mhm.
To bring
Might
it
as
all
well
back to
been a
Lando
fucking
Calrissian.
Bespin, actually, Bespin is just the planet.
Oh, it is?
I don't know. Well, I might be losing some of my nerd cred. I have no idea what system Bespin is in, but I'm pretty sure Bespin is just the name of the planet.
Yeah. Mustafar is also a
Yes.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the planet.
Yeah.
Fucking lazy ass writers. Mustafa.
So basically, they just need more
Now we'll get
planets to
sued by
blow
Brian
up
May.
because then they'll get named properly.
But
So-
oddly enough, the Brian May that did the music for
Mad Max.
yes, thank you for jumping in because I was like,
They just
blanking.
announced a four film anthology set on Blu-ray
Yeah.
for $80.
Yeah. Comes out
Yeah.
digitally on our birthday, August 11th.
Yeah.
That's the one that includes the
birthday.
car,
Thank you.
right? Or is that just the Fury Road box
That's
set?
just a Fury Road, I think, box set.
Yeah, this
Okay.
one's all 4 films on Blu-ray and
You think Sean Crane's dad's gonna get that?
He doesn't need it because he's already got the actual car.
I don't need the toy.
Yeah,
I have the
he
car.
has the fucking Interceptor.
No, just put it on the dash.
the last of the
Yeah.
Interceptors.
That
Yeah,
sounds
he's
like
so
a,
excited. He's like, "Oh, the last of the Interceptors!" and he's just like flopping around and
Yeah,
everywhere.
with his giant teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So yeah, okay.
yeah, but that I feel like Empire, to bring it all back, it doesn't have an ending. It just ends on a great cliffhanger,
it's not a
and we'll-
downer.
and we'll always have Empire Strikes Back to be like, well, let's see how the story keeps going. But as a standalone film, it's like because you can watch Star Wars as a standalone film.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
can,
thank you for calling it Star Wars.
yeah.
It's not A New Hope.
No, it was
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
I mean,
is.
you
Go
can
watch the theatrical print,
Yeah.
like the actual film print, where it doesn't say Episode 4, A New Hope, in the credit scroll.
that didn't even get added until the re-release.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you can still call it that if you want.
Yeah,
Go
I will.
fuck yourself.
but the
Just lost nerd cred to me. My
Swear to
VHS,
me.
my VHS box set says
That's
Star
fine,
Wars,
'cause I
Empire
mean, I
Strikes Back, and
despise-
Return of the Jedi, and my Laserdiscs say
Yeah,
Star
you know,
Wars.
and I still think Return would have been better if it kept its original title.
Revenge.
But
of the I really want that poster.
revenge.
Ugh, thanks, Thanks, Paul McCartney.
Yeah, welcome, Jedi's.
You know what the original title to Star Trek II was?
What?
Vengeance of Khan.
Ooh.
Ooh, see, that
See,
would've-
that sounds cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was too many syllables for the poster. They're like, God, we can't get it to fit. God damn it. God.
Okay, Wrath of.
Wrath of Khan.
I mean, to be
Wrath
fair,
is such a shorter word.
both titles fit well for that.
I mean, for Khan, yeah. You can go either
I
way.
understand the replacing revenge with return.
But-
also, they are returning.
Both
Like, they're not
Return-
revenging.
Yeah, but both Return and its film I just didn't care for.
You can go suck a fuck.
I will say I like the opening of Jedi better than Empire.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's my favorite Star Wars movie, so sure. But like, Battle of Hoth is fucking awesome.
Yeah, Hoth is one of my favorite parts of Empire.
Yeah.
Like it's, and you see them all like lining up in the trenches, and it's just like that setup for that
but
battle.
they're all just cannon
And then
fodder.
they all get blown
the
away.
feet just.
Yeah, it pans out, and you see what they're actually up against. They're like tits.
It's cool, but I like seeing like black suited Luke go in and just choke pigs. And
Yeah,
like,
when
fight a
you're like, oh
Rancor.
shit, has he turned to the dark side?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been 3 years.
And then
I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, and then at the end of the film, like that little bit of white shows up on his outfit to let you know.
And
that-
you're like, I don't think George Lucas thought that far in advance, but I like it.
yeah, I like what you did there. I don't know if that was intentional, but I like it.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's George, so you know it wasn't.
well, it was directed by Richard Marquand, but it was
So
basically
very well. could have
he
been.
wanted
Yeah.
Spielberg to direct it.
yeah. Always comes back to Spielberg.
Well, I mean, they were like BFFs.
Yeah, at that point, I guess Spielberg was doing prep on Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
That'd be-
Which George Lucas helped produce.
yeah, that's where he met. I mean, that's where Spielberg met his second wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably the only reason why she's in that movie.
And I hate you.
Willie Scott, the worst character in any Indiana Jones movie.
Worse than Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, take that to the bank.
The Blood Bank.
I knew you were gonna do that. Throwing that Seagal
I
reference.
knew you'd say that.
Yeah. Ugh.
What is that? An impression that I'm doing? Just start with a inaudible, or not inaudible, but like just like.
I am the law.
On the way over here, I forgot why you got to it, but you made this noise like Kermit was dying, and this wasn't why the person did it, but right when you did it, the car in front of us slowly rolled up its window.
I hope that's exactly why they did
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. The cool thing is, or maybe not the cool thing, but what I do, like when I'm in the car, like I'll do like the goofiest faces for the cars like next to me, because I'm not gonna fucking see these people ever again. I'm just gonna be like, like.
Yeah, it's like the hot chick driving beside Chevy Chase in National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah. What was it? Christy
Brinkley.
Brinkley.
Sure.
Yeah. Joel's ex-wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uptown Girl and Trainwreck.
Yeah. Is she the source of Uptown Girl?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. What? Does
The worst Billy Joel song.
do you? Has he gone on record
According to Amy
what he
Schumer.
feels about? Does he, like Amy Schumer theorized? Does he hate Uptown Girl?
He can't sing Uptown Girl live anymore because he's like, he always jokes he like grabs his nuts and he has to like be like Uptown Girl because like he's doing like the Four Seasons kind of thing. And so he's like, it's a really high. It's funny, that song I always equated it to like very much like "Hungry Heart" by Springsteen. It's this really high pitched kind of twang, kind of like doo-woppy song, and both big hits for him. I don't think Billy Joel hates it; he just doesn't sing it. And and
Is it the fire that he can't stand?
well, he hates it because that's one of, if not the only, because the melody of that song is fucking basically two notes.
Yeah.
And he's a guy who's all about melody, obviously. Like outside of Paul McCartney, I think the best melody maker that ever lived. And
it's, I mean, it's the one that he is arguably like known for. So it's probably the
Well,
one
I mean,
that
I
gets
think-
requested the most.
I think he's known for that.
Piano Man.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like supposedly, I think it was, I can't remember if it was Sean or Julian Lennon. It was their birthday, and Billy Joel was there, and somebody said, "What the hell has this like generation done?" Like,
Given the
you know,
age, it would probably be Julian.
yeah, what the hell's the blah blah blah, and he was like, "Oh, really?" And he's like started spouting off what we've done, since the 40s is where the song starts, I guess. And he's like, "Oh, cool." And everyone's like, "Why don't you write a sequel?" And he's like, "No."
because this generation ain't shit.
Well,
Yeah.
as long as he's seen Sweden start the fire, I'm always going to be a fan.
But I mean, he did. There was a great viral
You'll
video.
just have to imagine the fire.
Yeah. There was a great viral video where he was playing it and he screwed up because he's like, if you miss one lyric on that song, it's like dominoes. It topples. You can't fudge
you
a lyric
miss
in
up
that.
one fucking part of history.
And so
going through it,
Well, it's
you forget the rest of
the end of the
history.
world as we know it by REM.
Yeah.
If you fuck that up, it's like,
So
Leonard Bernstein.
yeah.
he screwed it up and the song falls apart. He stops. He goes, whatever. You don't want to hear that song anyway. That song sucks. And the crowd's like, no, and they like freak out. He's like, all right, fine. So they start it up and they finish the song. But yeah, it's
I
a
was
song
probably there in that crowd.
He always jokes about it.
Spirit, anyway.
Yeah, I don't feel like he hates any song that he's ever done. I feel like
Hates them all.
he's got a soft spot for all of them.
there's no like John Lennon moment where he's like, the song is crap.
I
the song
don't. There
is
are
crap.
times when I don't think John Lennon
dead.
John Lennon just said he hated it just to say he hated it. You know what I mean?
We're bigger
Like
than
just because
Jesus.
I feel like there's a lot of times where he wanted to seem super cool for things, you know. And there's times where he probably liked the song and he's like, it was trash. It was trash. And
Rocky
it's like,
Raccoon.
yeah, it's not trash though.
What is your feelings on Maxwell Silverhammer?
I love that song. Yeah.
Okay.
It's about it's a pop song about a serial killer. It's like the craziest fucking shit in the world. And it's like, ha, 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 look at me, I'm bashing someone's head in. And it's like done like a little pop sing-along song. And you're like, okay, sure. I'm sure recording it was fucking hell.
It sounds like
seemed to be.
something that Christian Bale's character would have hummed to himself in American Psycho.
Yeah. But,
similar themes.
no, I mean, like, like Lennon hated Birthday.
Yeah.
He said it was just trash. I always thought that song was cool. And there's other those songs. He's like trash, and I was like, that's a bummer because I like that song.
Yeah. He'll rag on his own stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Like he'll rag on like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. He's like, I like the lyrics, but the melody there was something missing there.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, god damn it, there wasn't.
That's my favorite Beatles song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
it's a winner.
That's one where it's like, how is that not about LSD? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Paul McCartney was even like, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, they're like, it's about a painting that Julian's classmate drew, and it's like, no. I mean,
Well,
maybe
it's a drawing that Julian drew for one of his classmates named
While
Lucy.
on
Oh.
LSD.
Yeah,
I
like
thought-
6-year-old Julian, just like
I thought one of his classmates drew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Chris,
Huh?
you watch Wayward Pines, correct?
I did. The season's
Did?
over.
Yeah. Okay, so you finished it.
Yes.
What did you think of it?
I liked it. It was a TV show. I watched it. It was good.
Thank you, me. That was a brilliant review of the series.
You're welcome. Bye.
Speaking of like Wayward Pines type stuff, have we heard any more about the new Twin Peaks, the Twin Peaks revival?
I heard they got pushed back like another year, but I don't know if that's old news.
I
by
was
now.
hoping for no more bad news.
At least they're still making it.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, but
and at least
just-
David Lynch is back.
Yes, but I was just like, no more like,
But yeah,
it's
no,
getting pushed back.
yeah.
Someone coming back died unexpectedly.
They're
We
all
ran
dead.
out of pie and coffee.
Yeah, that's the twist.
But
When they get out of the lodge.
no, Wayward Pines was good. Like the first like 2 episodes, I was like, okay, this is interesting, quirky, and then like I think it's the 3rd episode when Terrence Howard like has that big character change at the end of the episode.
Like
Spoilers,
the-
he dies.
like the
And
no
I was
longer
like-
being a part of the
Yeah.
show.
And also like the end of episode 2, spoilers, Juliette Lewis's character dies. Like I was like, oh shit, this is like 2 of the 3 like main like stars that they were like really toting this show with. They've already killed them off. Like as I've kind of like talked about, I love it when a show has the balls to do something like that.
Now, were you disappointed to see them go?
No, I think it worked with their characters. Like
okay.
You know, it worked with the story. You know what I'm saying? And like that part of me that's like, oh, they're trying to do something exciting and interesting and not just like follow like the same formula where Oliver Queen retires and then comes back as the Arrow 5 times. You know,
Which is typical for a superhero, right?
There
I
was
mean,
that one time where Superman went in exile into space.
yeah, or that time that in Superman 2 when he strips himself of his powers irrevocably and then irreversibly and then reverses it.
Yeah.
Uh,
It costs him his projections of his parents.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, this is all of our projection force. You can use it.
yeah, I mean,
to restore
basically
your-
it sucked out all the power of the Fortress of Solitude, and then the Fortress of Solitude still had power to suck out the powers of General Zod, Ursa, and
Non.
Non.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Basically, Superman 2 was a mess after Richard Donner got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we ever do a commentary for it, I think we're going to have to do the Donner cut.
Word.
Yeah.
Especially since it's like so easily accessible.
I've
like
never
it's
seen
not
the
even a
Donner
word.
cut.
Ooh, you're in for a
treat.
treat.
This is
For a
Jinx,
treat.
you owe me a soda.
Now we're going to 7-Eleven after this.
But yeah, no, I'm actually really pleased with like the last 2 episodes because they went in a very different direction than I thought they were going to go, and I'm excited for a potential season 2.
Yeah, well, I'm...
Oh, I thought you were talking about the stuff we recorded right now. I was like, no. The last episode was fun. This one's interesting.
It's okay. It's just a little more aimless.
I mean, there's not as much to talk about.
Yeah,
this
but
week.
I am...
Next week, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, guys.
Yeah, we'll probably review it.
I am hoping that Wayward Pines gets like a full season pickup.
Do you
Did
intend
you-
to see Pixels?
No.
I watched that episode of Futurama. I'm good.
Cool.
I mean, I basically heard of all of the reviews coming in, and I especially heard of one where like it was tracking to be the worst reviewed film ever, and then
Worse than Jack and Jill.
Yes, on Rotten Tomatoes, and then someone went
Adam
out of their
Sandler
way.
sets the bar low, and then limbo's under it himself.
But then,
I'm going to set a record, guys.
but then apparently one reviewer went out of his way apparently to give it enough to garner a fresh rating, and then it destroyed the possibility of being the worst reviewed film of all time.
That son of a bitch.
And then there were
How
a few
dare
more
that
that
guy
came in to
liked it.
continue and put it at
I
like
mean,
16%.
Part of me really wants to just see how bad it is, you know?
Yeah, but not
Yeah,
pay money
But
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
it's not even worth $5.
but I don't know. We watched the Michael Bay.
I heard
Turtles.
The best review I heard was a fart by number shit painting.
I saw that.
And
I
then
think
someone
that was
said,
part of like
yeah, and then there was another guy who purposely spoiled it on his review to deter people from seeing it.
Nice.
And then the other one was it's like every shitty game that
Although
it tries
what's
to
there
emulate.
To be spoiled?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were like, you know,
they win.
they were
at the
like
end?
it's every shitty game that it tries to represent in the movie. It's worth 25 cents and has no replay value whatsoever.
Although I will
Whoa,
say,
I'll play
speaking-
Pac-Man.
Well, they didn't.
all
They
to
didn't,
live
they
one
didn't
day.
say every
You'll
all of
play
them. But
Pac-Man Fever. You'll play Pac-Man at
Well-
super speed.
like apparently Nintendo tweeted out like, you know, Donkey Kong's in this movie, go see it, and a bunch of fans were like, why? Why
I
Nintendo?
will
Why
say-
would you do that to
I
us?
will say, in terms of, I haven't read this spoiler review, but I did have a theory that popped into my head from watching the trailer. What's his name? From Game of Thrones.
Peter Dinklage?
Yes, he's in it, and like he's touted as being like the greatest Donkey Kong player
He's
ever.
basically like the King of Kong character for it.
And like he even has that
Billy Mitchell.
Yeah. Thank you, Sam.
you know, thing where he doing the thing, and then like they have that scene where it's Donkey Kong and Adam Sandler's there, Kevin James is there, and what's
Michelle
his name?
Monaghan or Josh Gad.
Josh Gad is there. Like they're all in the shot, and they're like, "Oh no, it's Donkey Kong," and I'm like, "Well, I mean, but in just the scene prior, like you have the King of Kong." So like then I was like, oh, so maybe Donkey Kong is like the quote unquote final boss, and Peter Dinklage at one point dies in the movie, and so oh no, now Adam Sandler has to like go up and because like at some point in the trailer, Adam Sandler's like, I was never able to beat Donkey Kong, so like that's the final the climax is that he does beat.
Donkey Kong is like the Chekhov's gun. Like we've established it as the unbeatable scenario.
Yeah,
And then
even
they-
though everyone knows that it's the kill screen on Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
So
I
in,
think it
in
was something-
summary, Pixel sucks.
I think it was something you retweeted. It's like in some alternate universe, there's a version of Pixels starring Seth Rogen and James Franco that we all want to see, but we'll never get because we get this shitty Adam Sandler version.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
apparently a Seth Rogen script that he optioned called Console Wars that was about the Nintendo Sega Wars from the late 80s and early 90s. I would love to see what they do with that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like
Which are you?
Super Nintendo. I enjoy both consoles, but
Yeah.
Super Nintendo.
Whereas I'm Team
Same.
Genesis because I started playing Sonic.
and Power Rangers, the movie, the game.
Exactly. Power Rangers, the movie, the game.
That was on Nintendo as well, wasn't it?
Probably.
Probably.
Nintendo also got the superior version of Ninja Turtles with Turtles in Time, whereas the Sega Genesis got the Hyperstone Heist, which had longer levels but less levels in general.
Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage is awesome. I'll take Streets of Rage over Final Fight. And I don't say that lightly because I fucking love Final Fight. I fucking love it.
Fucking love it, man.
I'll take anything over a fighting game.
And also, the Sega Genesis had the uncensored Mortal Kombat, whereas Super Nintendo didn't get uncensored Mortal Kombat until Mortal Kombat 2.
Because it was for families.
I guess, but by the time...
Not Mortal Kombat, but...
Well,
the
when they
console.
saw the difference in sales between Mortal Kombat, like the versions of Mortal Kombat, Nintendo was like, you know what? Fuck it. And so they had the uncensored version of Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Also,
they
you
would
had,
get that later.
Yeah, but also you had Super Mario Kart. You had Chrono Trigger, one of the all-time greats. You had the superior version of Street Fighter. You had
Earthbound.
Earthbound, yeah. I need to get those amiibos, man. I need to get the Ness and Lucas amiibos. I'm all about amiibos now. If you guys if you listeners out there haven't been privy to this,
Did you see the one that's coming with Mario Maker?
is it Mario?
Yes, but it's 8-bit style Mario.
Yeah, he posted that on my Facebook wall. There was 8-bit classic Mario and 8-bit modern color Mario.
Yeah.
But are they going to do a Mario Paint?
I have that on the Super Nintendo. The only game on the Super Nintendo where you can use the SNES mouse.
I feel like if they did a Mario Paint amiibo, it would just be Mario with, he's just white.
Well, it'd be
no color added to it.
It'd be Mario with he's got a painter's cap on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
hey, that little
Yeah,
difference
that
is
wouldn't
worth $30.
the way,
however
yeah.
much they're.
That wouldn't be clever enough.
Yeah,
an amiibo.
I haven't bought any priced gauged amiibos.
What about the golden Mario?
No,
Gold Mario is probably expensive as hell.
Like-
Silver Mario you can find, but
I was
Gold
about to
Mario.
say, the Silver Mario is more clever. Seeing the Mario in the 8-bit pixel form, that's clever.
The two different versions of the 8-bit.
Well, just in general, he's
I'm just
all...
saying.
just a reskin.
I'm just saying the Mario Maker sounded pretty much the same
I think
to my old white ears.
Yeah, the Mario Maker one is not the modern color one.
It's both. You gotta choose. There's two different.
I saw it's just the brown overall one.
There's
not
also
the blue.
there's also a modern color one. Yeah, coming out at the same time in September.
See, the one has his finger pointed straight up, and the other one has his finger crinkled down.
And I've seen some where it's like a slight design color error.
This one has black suit Link,
and those sell for some shit. And I mean some shit high.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, those are it's ridiculous how much people shell out for amiibos, for the $50, $70 amiibos, and it's
how much is just a standard normal?
Like $12. $12 for an amiibo. I just got the Palutena one because that was an Amazon exclusive, but I got it for $11.
The funny thing though is also they're just for a game.
Zach, I know you're listening. What's your favorite amiibo?
I'm pretty sure it's Mario.
Probably.
Original
or Yoshi.
Original flavor Mario.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen him use it. At the Mario Party.
Oh, the Smash Brothers release party?
That's what it was.
What I don't
I'm pretty
understand
sure
is,
he had just hoo-hoo Mario.
These things aren't Beanie Babies.
Series 1 Mario.
Yeah, where he's
it was.
shooting the fire. And
yeah. I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
But these things aren't Beanie Babies, they're not things that are going to sit on a shelf. They have function in a game.
Well, yeah,
they shouldn't be going for a price that some kid can't afford.
You only need one? Well, yeah, that's why they have the $12 versions.
Yeah, that's why
the collectibles are the ones for the people that are willing to, stupidly shell out.
But the collectible ones are still ones that
nerds.
function with the game
but
too.
Stupidly shell out.
The rarest, and I think I told you this before, the rarest amiibo, at least of the original, not color errors or limited edition Gold Mario or something, or 8-bit Mario, is the Wii Fit Trainer as part of Wave 1, because Nintendo's rationale is, who the fuck's going to pick the Wii Fit Trainer to play in Smash Brothers?
Right.
And so they made a limited selection of Wii Fit Trainer amiibos.
And that inadvertently caused the price to jack up.
Exactly.
It's not the only thing that got jacked.
The poor kid
because
that
you
wanted
were working
one
out
game.
and you got
yeah.
your muscles jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
perverts.
Yeah.
Zach.
So is
calling you out.
Yeah. What's your least favorite amiibo, Zach?
Wii Fit Trainer.
Yeah, it's gonna be Shulk or something. But yeah,
the stick figure guy. What the hell is his name?
Rob? No,
Maybe- no.
Mr. Game & Watch?
Yeah,
Oh man,
I've seen that one. That
Comes out in September.
Yeah,
As does Dr. Mario. Another version of Mario.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it?
yeah. Hey, Zach. How many versions of the Mario amiibo do you have?
I know.
'Cause
My
don't
friend-
you only need one amiibo?
My friend...
But you need them all,
But
right?
now,
You need
do
'em
they
all.
have Mario from Mario is Missing yet?
Do they have Paper Mario?
No to both of those questions. But my buddy Chris Carter, not the creator of the X-Files,
Well,
but
then who cares?
he's one of the head writers for Destructoid. He has like every single amiibo.
That
Partially
doesn't surprise me.
because he writes for Destructoid, which is one of the leading gaming publications. He also has every single Mega Man game ever made and every single Castlevania game ever made, including Haunted Castle. And who the fuck has Haunted Castle? Chris Carter, that's who. But
Actually, I used to.
He's single-handedly
Destructoid.
keeping that on the list of games that have been bought.
yeah,
It's kind of hard to read Destructoid nowadays. They're kind of becoming a little more clickbaity.
Take that, Chris
Oof.
Carter.
Well,
As
that
the
and they
only
lost
writer.
two of my favorite personalities.
You know,
Jim Sterling is still there, isn't he?
No, God, no.
whoa.
Oh,
Fake-
He was one of the reasons
Josh
though
took
why I.
personal offense to
Yeah.
that.
No, but he was one of the reasons why I love Destructoid.
yeah.
I mean,
Him and
to be
Bill
fair,
North.
Chris
to be
replaced
f-
him.
to
with
be
his
fair,
blessing,
every
'cause Jim originally hired him.
e-zine is basically gotten very clickbaity. recently.
Well,
I wouldn't single out any particular
It's-
one like
BuzzFeed generation, man. BuzzFeed
Yeah.
it
generation.
is. It's been very
Clickhole.
noticeable with Destructoid, though. Unfortunately,
I feel like Clickhole is like proud of the fact that it's clickbait.
Oh,
Because
they
it's
are.
like satire.
It is.
Yeah.
I've never clicked on one of their links because
Like,
I'm like,
just
fuck
look at-
you, you're
yeah.
clickbait.
Just look at the
Clickhole.
name of the of some of the articles, and it's like they get fucking hilarious how ridiculous they
yeah.
are.
Well, Clickhole is
Okay.
one of the ones I have
Well,
an
then
issue
good
with
for you,
'cause
Clickhole.
they go out of their way to be like.
Satire.
Yeah, they're made by
Bad
the same guys
satire.
that do The Onion.
Well, they're a
And
worse
AV Club.
version of the Onion. That
Well, they're
just-
they're
it's
they're
the
like a
B team.
digital version of The Onion,
well, the Onion.
I mean, it's,
is
at
more
least it's
clever
not the
with its
Return of the
satire.
King.
I think.
like the Lord of the Rings film.
No, it's a Return of Kings or something like that. It's a
Oh, I
play-
hate that.
Yeah,
one.
it's a misogynistic satire,
they don't-
but they don't.
Try to be satire.
They,
Is it men's rights activists?
yeah,
Yes.
basically, like
Well, then
like
fuck
when
'em
you,
out of
when you
principle.
read it, you're like, this has to be satire, but
Nope.
at the same time, you're like, but it's not.
That's like Josh when you posted the thing about the men's rights groups against Fury Road. I thought for sure that was a joke.
I wish to
And
God
then I
that
read it
had
and I was
been.
like, Jesus Christ.
There's literally people that should probably no longer procreate, so their genetic strains will die.
No,
out.
I mean, they hate women enough, then why would they?
No, there's people that you have a valid reason to go back in time and end their existence from the timeline.
Are you Reverse Flash now?
For
Yeah,
these
Professor
people,
Zoom.
yes, these people I would erase from the timeline
Okay,
of the
Eeyore
goddamn
Thon.
heartbeat.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah,
You
zoom, zoom,
too. I invented zoom, zoom, zoom. Scrubs, man.
Jesus Christ! I don't think we can top that, guys.
I hope not.
I
Let's
don't
end
think we
this.
can let's silver bullet this motherfucker right now. This has been another installment of catching up. I'm Sam,
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
and we'll be back with more to talk about.
Thank you very much.
Good night, Eric Bana.
Are you kidding me? Dude, just go there, geek out, have a good time.